Alright, welcome everybody. Today we're playing a new game called Peglin. It's kind of like Peggle, kind of like a couple of those other games where you drop balls and try and knock out the pieces. Let's get into it. We're starting a new game. This is going to be the first time that I'm playing it on my PC, but I've played this a couple times. So we're just going to be Peglin, the jack of all trades with access to almost all orbs and relics. Flexibility and adaptability are the keys to Peglin's victory. We have a starting relic here, Peglin Tuition. So battle rewards and chests contain an additional option to choose from. Awesome. Let's get things kicked off. We get to choose a boost. So let's see what we got here. We got Orbit Story. So question mark nodes have 7% chance to be a treasure node. And treasure has a 7% increased chance to be rare. That sounds pretty good. You're immune to attack while you're reloading. That sounds okay. And then we have Spiral Slayer here, where it's each battle you start with a must circle, which grants all orbs plus X plus 0. I think we're going to go with Orbit Story. And so you got this map, basically. You're going to like try and go down this map. It's like a roguelike almost. And so if I die and lose, I'm out. But you'll see right here, we're going to kind of skip the tutorial. This ain't my first rodeo. You're going to see right here we have our control of our little peg, where it's going to bounce around and do damage. The dagger is not going to do a lot of damage when it's touching these random like gray orbs here. But when it touches an exclamation point, that's when the dagger crits, and that's where your bread and butter is with this dagger here. So let's drop it and see what happens. That was pretty weak sauce, but we did crit, and so it does more damage on the crit. One other thing that's pretty good in this game is exploding some of these bombs. There's like a couple different build paths you can go down. So you can kind of go down like a bomb build, you can go down a crit build. So we'll see what the Peglin gods are providing us, and then we'll decide what we go for here. If you hit this green peg, it's going to reload all the tiles. But let's try and go for a crit. Let's try and get rid of this slime here. Kill this jerk. The cool thing about bombs is that they hit everything, so it's a pretty effective tool to wipe out some units. And we're just going to keep on just dropping pegs, dropping bombs, and we should clear this level pretty easy here. You do reload, and then they have actions. So these guys are melee. It takes them a couple turns to get to you before they, do anything. But let's pop this bomb, and then we're off to the races to see what is going to happen in this run. So at the end of every single round, you can kind of buy some items, it looks like. So you can get some orbs, or you can upgrade existing orbs, or you can heal. So we didn't take any damage. The UI has changed a little bit since I've played last, so let's take a look. We got this Swashbuckle Orb. So whenever you collect gold from hitting a peg, it contributes an extra 1 to damage, and it can target any enemy. So that's kind of interesting. We have this Best Orb Fence, so deal 1 damage for every bulwark you have. I don't know what a bulwark is. It's armor that protects your HP. I don't think we'd want that. We have the Spinfectious Sting, so you get adds 1 Spinfection. On a crit, it applies 2 Spinfection, and then each turn, enemies with Spinfection X lose 10 times X HP. That's interesting. And then we got the Bully Ball here. So it gains +1/+1 for each time that you lose health through self-defense this battle. I don't think we want to be taking damage. I think let's go with this Spinfectious Sting. Let's buy that orb and then continue down. So then here, you're able to like choose where you want to go. And so like, you can hit these pegs and it can kind of throw you off. You take damage if it lands in this fire. So let's take a look at the map and see where we want to go, right? So I can go either right or I can go left. And we want to hit basically as many question marks and treasure boxes as we can. If we hit these bosses, you're like guaranteed an item after you fight them, but sometimes they can wreck you. So we're going to go a little bit of the scaredy cat route. We're going to try and go down the right path here. And we're going to just keep on checking out these question marks. It looks like there's a store in the middle as well. I can take a relic. So we got some grubby gloves. We can go a spinfection build, or we have... it contains an additional option to choose from. I think the Eye of the Turtle might be good because then, you know, we get a little bit more variety. We can select our build a little bit more. What do we got going on down here? So we got a fight to the left, and then we got some more question marks. So let's try and keep it right. Keep cruising. You find yourself looking at two identical altars, each with a perfect location to place an orb. Let's duplicate an orb, and let's duplicate our Spinfectious Sting. Nice. Alright, we're going to keep on trying to go right here. Just avoid the battles like a scaredy cat. We don't really have any money to shop. We got an encounter here. Alright, so let's see how this Spinfection orb works here. Not a lot of bombs that are like easily hittable. So that did 13 damage, and then it did an extra 10 damage after. So let's just send our Dag Orb this way. We do want to hit the crit with this, but it doesn't look like we've done that. And everybody's getting closer. Alright, we got another crit here, so we can kind of do a little bit more damage. At least take out this first guy. Should die to the infect, right? Like 3 damage? Yeah. Sweet. The 60 health guy is a little scary, so let's try and get this crit off, and we'll just kind of whiff completely. That's awesome. And we're about to start getting wally stomped by the old slimes and this bat here, so, you know, this is a tough little arrangement of pegs. Really unfortunate stuff here. They just hit me for 3 damage, man. Oof. We're getting piled into right now. Alright, that was just enough to get rid of that guy. We got a nice little achievement there. And I'm just getting spanked around. I do want to kind of collect these coins at the same time. It would be pretty sweet to like get some bombs. And those bombs should clear everything. Nice. Alright. We don't need to heal 20% of our HP. We don't need that. Let's try and see what kind of orbs we can get. We could get another dagger, which is like good for crits. I don't think we were going that route here. We got Two's Company. Apply double damage slime to every 9 pegs hit. Nah. We got the Susceptible, where every 2 crits hit, apply 1 Exploitable. They can target any enemy. I don't know what that does. We got this Lazorb. It fires with a huge force. It only hits the reload, the crit, and the bomb, and it pierces through everything else. It's extra bouncy, low gravity. This is good if we're trying to like proc some bombs. I don't mind that. And then we got the Ball of Lightning, which zaps an additional nearby peg every single time it hits. So let's go Lazorb, and then let's pick up this Ball of Lightning too. That seems pretty good. I'm kind of going with what's familiar here. Wow, that's awesome. We definitely wanted to fight the boss here, or this mini boss. Let's try and keep it right. Alright, we got some friggin' big boys here. But the key to this battle, right, is we got a bunch of bombs in the middle that we're trying to hit. So hopefully we can knock through some of those. And we're kind of unsuccessful at that, which is, you know, it happens. Some more guys are going to be spawning, you know, maybe we don't want to blow our load too early. You know, we get a couple bombs off next turn. We got our Lazorb. They're going to spawn 2 more guys. Check this out. We're going to hit all 4 of these dang things. Dang, this thing's bouncing all over the dang place. Didn't trigger any of the bombs. Well, it triggered one of them. But I was really hoping to hit like every bomb. I don't think we're going for the reload here. We want to like pop this layer of bombs over here. So we're going to try and ricochet from here. Go left. Oh yeah. That is exactly what the doctor has ordered. That's an apple a day. We're Peglin. We're Peglin in. We're catching coins. Big damage. Big bombs. That's a board wipe. Alright. We can also upgrade orbs here too, but let's see what they're giving us. We got a morbid orb, which allows us to activate, I don't know, a peg. We got a Cuirassé. I don't know if that's how you say that. It's got multi-ball 1. We have a summoning circle, which summons one copy of the next orb in my deck. We have the Illuminous Circle. Every 8 pegs hit, gain 5 Belusion. Belusion provides a chance to avoid any incoming attack. We can get just a regular standard orb. Let's try and upgrade our Laze Orb. This thing really popped off. We can't upgrade another orb, and so we're chilling. We want to go right. No unfortunate bounces there. That's awesome. And we're cruising. I think we're probably going to call this video after this boss at the end, and then we'll see where it goes. So we reach a clearing in the forest where the sun is shining through brightly. We can take a moment to rest, and then there's some red question marks, so we can continue on our way. We could use the health. Let's see what happens. A few moments of solace with the sun beaming on your face leaves you feeling quite refreshed. And you continue on your journey with a fresh bounce in your step. Awesome. So no random encounter. Perfect. And then let's see, there should be 3 things here. There aren't. Maybe that was after I kill a boss, then there should be 3. I don't know that we want to move the reroll every time the ball is shot. And then reducing the self-damage from orbs by 50% might be good. But we're not really taking any damage from anything, so maybe we'll go Tactical Threat. If reload's in like a pesky location or whatever, that'll allow it to kind of move around and we're not going to get screwed by the map. So that's pretty cool. Let's just grab some more buffs here. We got the Beligard Boots. Your Belusion cap is doubled, or a Heavy Shaft Potion. Activated crits refresh the board. That's interesting, right? Because then we're just going to get a bunch of refreshes on the board, which is just more damage. Let's take a look at the map. Looks like we can get another item if we go left, and then we can get another item if we go right. So let's check that out. We're taking the easy road to the final boss. We could hit this like mini boss right here if we wanted to, but I'd rather just take the items in the easy street. All right, every 11 gold collected triggers a crit, and then we have this Refilibuster. Whenever the board is refreshed, deal damage to target enemy equal to the number of pegs restored. I think this would be good, right? Because we're going to be refilling the board a bunch. So we got some nice synergies going on here. And then let's see what kind of relics we get over here. Ambidextrary. You have +1 orb discards. I don't know if we want that. We got Grubby Gloves. We're going to apply more Spin Flexion. This is the one we were thinking about earlier, so that's awesome. And then doesn't matter where we send this, so let's... Maybe something happens if you blow up all these bombs. I guess it doesn't matter. And then we got like this walrus thing coming up here at the end. We found Ball Lightning. These orbs can pop additional pegs. And we can change the target of enemies. So I think we're just going to go with the first threat here. That's fine. We just did some nice damage. These guys have some high movement. And so that one's going to die next turn. So maybe we can target this one. Are we able to... Are we able to target that one? We are. That's pretty cool. We're doing a little bit of damage here. So this one's going to die because it's got 2 drains. So we're just going to target the next one. And then we'll chuck this in here. Maybe proc a bomb or 2. Yeah, we freaking annihilated that guy. All right. We'll hit a reload here. And then I think we're just going to target the first guy. If we can do 15 damage, that would be sick. And we do. That guy's donezo. And then we'll just try and shoot this right at the bomb. That unit's going to die next turn. Okay. And then we're just targeting this last guy. And we kill it. It didn't even go through it. It was like, that guy's super dead. Alright, we got like an expensive orb here, which is Echo. It's a level 2 orb. It attacks all enemies. Echo X deals X% of the previous attack damage as bonus damage. That sounds pretty sick. This attacks all enemies too. And it does 60% damage as bonus damage? That sounds really good. That sounds pretty broken if you ask me. We're going to continue on. And we're just going to rhyme it down the middle. Perfect. It seems like we got a pretty good build going, and I think there's a couple like levels to this, right? So this is just the first one, which is the forest, and it gets harder as like time goes on. So we stumble upon a mysterious altar. I'm feeling myself getting pulled towards it, and as I get near, it's like, oh, I gotta give a potential offering. Let's get rid of the regular orb. We put it on the altar, it sinks right into the solid slab of stone. As it disappears, you feel in your other hand grow warm, and my laze orb is now level 3. That's awesome. And we're ready to take on this son of a gun down here. There's a big old tree in the way, but we got this Spinfectious Sting. And it's cool because like the pegs change depending on like your map. So like we got this tree and all the pegs are laid out as trees. We're trying to kill this like mole over here, so let's screw him up. Your health does reset after it does reset after each like level. So if we get really low, that's fine. We don't need to spend any like resources on healing. But let's get this crit and it's gonna refresh everything. And we're just kind of doing more damage to the tree. And it's going to keep on taking more like burn damage too, which is awesome. It's getting more infected. But now we're going to want to like pump out some real damage here. Because it's right in our face. We got to shoot this guy down. So let's try and hit this crit over here if we can. Nice. And then we're going to whittle that guy down a little bit too here. Because the poison's gonna be hitting him too, so it's awesome. Consistent damage. He just smacked us for 10 though, that's a little scary. Then we got this freaking plant in our way. I think we want to kill this plant. We do have our Echo Orb here, which deals damage to all enemies, so that's fine. I bet you if you got like a bunch of Echo Orbs going, that would be sick. So this, we want to hit a crit. I'm not seeing any crits that are like free to hit, so let's just kind of wanted that to hit the reload, but there we go. All right, now we want to smack this guy hard. So we're gonna go Laze Orb, and we're gonna fire it right at this bomb down here, and it should bounce all the way back. And this thing is just cruising through the entire map. That's a lot of damage. And we crushed that guy. Alright, so I think we got this pretty handled. I don't think we need to like think about this any harder than we need to. Our lightning is gonna kill the tree. That tree's gone. We killed the tree. We got an achievement. That's sick. And what we have a regular peg here, so let's just, you know, shoot this around. Probably wasn't ideal to like shoot the peg at the reload right away, but that's a-okay. Then we got our friend the laser orb here. We're gonna smack this bomb. And we're just gonna give that mole the business. And we've defeated Avogardo, the mole boss. Get him out of here. He's trash. Alright, let's pick our rewards, and then we'll probably call it. We got some balm. Applies healing slime to every 10. You can heal. We got Avis Scorbet. Very weak regular attack. It's a big crit, and it can target any enemy. So crits are fun. We got the best orb fence, which we already know we don't want. We got the ether wheel, which refreshes the board when this orb leaves the pegboard. I don't think we want that. And then we got this darkness adder ball. It applies blind. Which is like nice for like a little bit of sustain if they're up in our grill, but I think the only one I'm really interested in is this like Eviscerbate. That sounds pretty good, and then we'll upgrade our Ek Orb because this thing's nuts. And then we'll upgrade another orb. And our Laser Orb's already maxed, so let's upgrade our Eviscerate. And then we take a relic here too. Wow. We're already stacked. We got Molten Mantle. You can no longer attain gold in battles, but your current shot's total damage is dealt to targeted enemy every 3 gold you collect. Meh. Haglin Satchel randomly adds 2 orbs to your deck, then randomly upgrades orbs 4 times. That sounds pretty good. We got the Matryoshka Shell. Every shot has +1 multi-ball, but then -2/-2. We got the Constricting Chains. Orbs get +2/+4, but you can only aim in 4 directions. That sounds horrible. And then we have Kinetic Meteorite. Every 3 pegs hit provides explosive force until the board is refreshed. That's fine. That's kind of like the Shock Orb, but just like everything has Shock Orb. I like this Haglin Satchel. I think getting better orbs is going to be nice. And we've completed the forest. I think this is the perfect time to call it. Next up, we have the castle. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.